Hi everyone, welcome back to Earl Grey Books. I'm Ellie and today I'm doing my March book haul. I've been kind of absent the last few days. I was in hospital again. I guess I still have pneumonia. So that was a really fun time. This video is a little bit later than I wanted it to be, and I got some videos I want to film this month, so there might be a couple like back to back, but I hope you're cool with that. I've got a lot of books that I bought this month. I think there's something like 17. It's the most amount of books I've got this year. Two of them were gifts and two of them were free, so anyway, we're just going to get into it because there are a lot of them. There are quite a few that I've read, so we're going to start with those ones. I'm not going to talk about any of the books too much because like I said, I've read a few of them, so they'll be in wrap-ups and they'll be in the ones that I haven't read are going to be in other videos. You'll eventually hear about all of them, which I guess I could say for any book haul, but here we go. So we'll start with one that I actually read last year, but I didn't own a copy of, and that is, of course, my love, Eggshell Skull, by Brie Lee. This was the best book that I read in 2018. And I bought myself a copy because I'm going to the Sydney Writers Festival next month, and Brie Lee is going to be there, and I wanted a copy so that I could get it signed, and also so that I can reread it probably in a couple of months' time, and probably every year from now on. Then I got this little one. This is Mary Ventura and the Ninth Kingdom by Sylvia Plath. This is one of the little Faber stories. This hadn't been previously published, and I read it and I loved it, and I'll talk about more. Really messy. Is that necessary now? You know? Next one I have is The Language of Thorns by Leigh Bardugo. I'd read a few of these stories off Tor.com, so I knew that I was going to love it, and it's just such a beautiful book, and I'd been putting off buying it, and I don't really know why, but it just has like gorgeous illustrations in there. So yes. Then I also got Blackwack by Alison Whittaker. This is about Alison's identity as being Indigenous, and it's kind of a little bit like a memoir, but also kind of like social critique. It's poetry, as you can see, I'll talk more about this one very shortly. One of the gifts I got while I was in hospital, my best friend Angel came and saw me, and she bought me some books and some other stuff. She bought me tea, which means she's basically like the best person ever. But she bought me The Burning by Laura Bates, which I've already read. I read it like the next day in the day because there's not a lot else to do in hospital, funnily enough. I have a review of this on the blog, so I will link it below, but I will also talk about it more. And then we have Shout by Laurie Health Anderson. This one came out while I was in hospital, so mid-March. I think it was like the 19th or something here. This is one of the best books that I've read this year. One of the very few 5-star books that I've read. This is also poetry and kind of it is a memoir. It's about Laurie House Anderson's experience with sexual assault, and also it talks a lot about what led her to write the books that she has, and I really liked it. So more about this soon. What else have we got here? I guess we'll go into the two books that I'm currently reading. I am doing Owls, and I'm also doing the Aussie April Readathon. And I'll link my TBRs for those. But I'm also just kind of like reading other things. So this is one of them. This is The Miniaturist by Jessie Burton. This is one of the books that I got for free. So in the hospital, they come around with like a book trolley, some volunteers, and this was on there, so I got this. I don't know whether you were supposed to give them back, but I haven't. So so I started reading this in hospital, and I got 25 pages in, but I had to stop because my tea betrayed me and spilt over the back of the book, so I had to wait for it to dry. And now it wasn't in great condition anyway because it was secondhand, but now it's like tea stained. So yeah, I was enjoying it. The little bit that I read, just was in the mood for a bit of a historical read. So I'm going to be continuing on with this one very shortly. Then also currently reading Aboriginal Suicide is Different by Colin Tatz. This is, as you can probably guess, a non-fiction book about Aboriginal suicide. It's pretty good so far. I'm 59 pages in. As you can guess, it's a pretty heavy topic. So I've kind of been reading it slowly, but it is a good read. Then I guess I got a little pile of non-fiction books that I've bought this month. I've been in a huge non-fiction mood lately. I just really want it to be non-fiction November already, because I have an entire shelf. I'm going to show you guys in a few days. I gotta turn this over. I got my phone here and people are liking tweets and it's distracting. I've got an entire shelf of non-fiction just over here. So I really need to get through some of them because I just keep buying them. At the Sydney Writers Festival, one of my great loves, Rebecca Mackay, will be there. That's a really loud truck. She will be doing a couple events that I'm going to. I think I'm going to 2 or 3 of her events. I think 3. One of them is with this guy, Alexander Chi. This is How to Write an Autobiographical Novel, which is a selection of essays. Alexander Chi identifies as a Korean American gay man. So I'm excited for this. He's doing a talk with Rebecca Mackay about the HIV AIDS crisis back in the 70s and 80s. So I'm super excited. And then I went to a workshop at Kiki K, which is kind of a stationery organization kind of shop. I believe they're opening internationally, but they've been Australian based for a while now. This is You're a Badass by Jen Sincero. This is the Kiki K exclusive edition. So I went to a workshop, and we got to have a look around the store after it was closed, which was nice because there was just 8 of us and it it was nice and quiet and that sort of thing. So yeah, I got this, and I just feel like I need to be reminded that I'm a badass at the moment, because being sick sucks. And then my last non-fiction book for this haul is a little bit different. This is Weekends with O'Keefe by C.S. Merrill. This is a kind of like, I guess it's kind of like a memoir about C.S. Merrill's, it's kind of like her diary of the time that she worked for Georgia O'Keeffe, the artist. Here's Percy. And yeah, I'm really into art at the moment, so I'm very excited for this one. Okay, now we've got fiction, the leftover fiction that I haven't started reading. And I'm going to go through these kind of quickly because I feel like maybe half of them are well known and the other half aren't, but let's go. Firstly, I have A Princess in Theory by Alyssa Cole. This is the first book in the Reluctant Royals series. This is a romance book, which isn't usually what I read. But this one sounds really great. It's really diverse. Both of the main characters are people of colour, and I believe most of the characters are people of colour. I'm buddy reading this with Angel, and I'm going to start it today, so I'm very excited. This is the other book that I got from the hospital. This is The Bridge by Janine Allen Young. This could be crap. I don't know. It's some kind of like alien communication book. I really like Arrival, the movie. That's one of my favourite movies of all time. So I'm kind of hoping maybe there's a little bit of that kind of feel to it. I don't really know. It was free. I got it. I was bored. Okay. Speaking of hospital, the other book I got from Angel was Girls with I can't speak today. Girls with Sharp Sticks by Suzanne Young. I don't really know anything about this one, but I don't know. It sounds like a fun book, so excited. And then I have, this is one of my I don't know. I've been eyeing this book off for months. This is Otley Coulter and The Narrowway Hunt by Rhiannon Williams. This is an Aussie middle grade read. I had a customer come into my bookstore months ago asking for this book as a way of telling me that I should be selling it because it was a great book. She knew the author, and the author's I don't know, I think she said 21 or something, and that this was kind of like Nevermore, and I'm always looking for books like Nevermore because I love it, and also just books to recommend to customers because I recommend Nevermore all the time and people are starting to actually read it, so I need other books now. So I'm very excited for this one. I know that book 2 has just come out, so I'm going to read this one soon and then hopefully pick that one up if I enjoy it. Next I have The Ruin by I don't know how to say, Devella McTiernan. This one was recommended to me by my manager. She thought I would enjoy it. And I've also since seen the novel Nomad talk about it, and I say talk, gush about it, in her Aussie April recommendation TBR video, which I'll link below. So I'm excited for this, and I'm hoping to get to this one this month. Another Aussie one, I have Four Dead Queens by Astrid Schultz. Oh, I should look this up. I've met Astrid a few times. She's a Melburnian. She's really lovely. So I'm very excited for this book. Angel loved it. I will link her review below as well. And yeah, I'm just excited to get to it. Again, I mean, if I have time, I would like to read that for Aussie April as well, but we'll see. And now we're on to our final book. This is The Bells by Donielle Clayton. I don't know why I said it like that. That was weird. Donielle is coming to... She's going to the Sydney Writers' Festival. Her event is on at the same time as Brayley. Sad, but I had to choose Brayley. But then I found out the next day that she's coming to Melbourne a few days earlier. So I'll get to meet her here in Melbourne, and then I still get to see Brayley in Sydney. So I've met Donielle before. She's really lovely. I don't have any of her solo books, so I want to read this one and get her to sign it, and hopefully read the second one before she comes as well. She is here, I think, first few days of May, maybe end of April. Anyway, I'm running out of time, so I really need to get to this one. And there we are. That was my my book haul for April. No, March. What am I doing? Okay. I clearly need to go back and just cuddle with Perth and read for a bit so that my brain can finally work. But thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow with my wrap up. Mostly I just want to be able to move all the books that I've had like set aside for these two videos into actual spots. So I will hopefully see you all then. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye.